everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use Cheat Happens, CoSMOS for beginners, how to use that in Ragnarok Clicker, a free game on Steam. I'm just going to run this through as if you've never seen any of this stuff before. So first thing I'm going to do is just go through the next stage here, and you're going to choose the game you're playing, which in this case is Ragnarok Clicker. We'll hit done. And you can choose to open a pre-made table that you can find online on cheathappens.com, or we'll just do a scan the game. And scanning the game is what I'm going to be showing you guys how to do. Now this is Ragnarok Clicker, a free game on Steam, so you can test everything out on here. But once you have these basics down, you'll be able to use it almost anywhere. So we're going to need to get some in-game gold here. I'm not going to go trying to mod and get a bunch of gold because you don't need to in this game really. So we'll just farm it for a little bit here. So I set up a an auto clicker on my keyboard that'll just go through clicking on the enemies as they come through. And then we'll have to go to the next level. Kill a bunch of these guys. And the goal here is just to get enough Zenny to get this guy up a few levels. We'll probably have to take it to like level 5 or 6. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to level up the mage first, because the main guy, the Arcana, the novice, he gives you click damage. So we don't really need that off the bat. We want to have passive damage and then speed hack the game, so we're just blowing through the levels basically. So let's get a few of these clicks through. Finish this boss level, and we'll get some passive damage going here. You really don't want to have your first search be for a number like 1, because there's going to be so many ones the program you go to do a search for it. So we're going to get them up to like level 2 or 3. You are search from that. All right, so here's level 6. So what I'll do is I'll get them up to level 2, and then move the window over so you can see it. I clicked on the mage level up to get it to level 2. I'll just go ahead and click it to level 3 now. So as you can see, we're starting to do passive damage on the enemy down here. You can see its health slowly going down. So we'll just go ahead and search. So the level now is level 3. So we'll do our first scan. It said it found many results, which is normal. So what you're going to do here is, what that did is it found every single number in the game that's a 3 right now, or every variable in the game that's a 3. So we're going to level it up twice, and then we'll do a search for the new number, which is this level, which is 5, and we'll do next scan. And what that's going to do is say, of all those number 3s we found, which ones have turned to a 5. You'll be surprised, because there are a ton of them. And we'll go ahead and level up again. They have all these 5s, which ones turned to 6s. And now we're starting to weed it down. And I leave the live updates on so you can start seeing numbers change a lot. So like this one changed to a 10. So we can do next scan now and just weed that out right away. These ones have a lot of decimal places to them, and we're not, this variable is just one number, just a 6. It's not a bunch of decimal places, so it's going to be one of these two. Now the thing about this game is every time you level up a character, you get total adventure levels. So the nice thing about doing it with just one character right off the bat is that you find both the total adventure levels and one of your characters right off the bat. So we'll go ahead and change this to 950. And that changed the total adventure levels, which gives you higher passive damage. And I'll show you what else it does in a second. Get our character to 950. And now we have our character up to 950. So its passive damage is going to slowly tick these enemies away. I mean, we can click and get it done faster, but we're just going to let this happen for now while I explain the total adventure levels. The total adventure levels, if I change this to, I think it's 1,000, 10,000. Yeah, 10,000. When I transcend, I'll get 5 battle manuals. And battle manuals in this game are used to buy cards. So one of the things you could do is just go ahead and change this to a very high number, like 999,999,999. And now whenever we go to do this, we're going to get 499,000 books. Add a couple more nines to it, and now we're going to get 4 million books. 4 million books is a lot of books. It's more books than you're going to need in this game. But let's go ahead and we'll start a new scan. I'm going to get the CoSMOS back on the screen. And we're going to start doing a scan for 3 guys at once. So, well, we're going to need a little bit more gold before we do that. 4,000. At least get enough to get into like level 2 or 3. Now you can start a scan when a character is at level 1. I just don't really recommend it. And something we could do to cut down time, we'll go to the speed hack part of this program. And I haven't done any of the tutorials on it right now. We'll enable it, let it kick in, then we can scroll this through to speed hack with like 4, 5. 5 seems to be a pretty good number for the game. As soon as an enemy spawns, they usually get knocked out fairly quickly. To see how it's ticking through. We'll just do this for a couple more levels, get our silver up, or Zenny, or gold, whatever it is in this game. Now that guy's level 3. Let's get enough to get this guy to 3 also. Alright, we can get him to 3. We'll get to the next map and we'll do our first scan. Alright, so go back to scanner. Our first scan, I'll do new scan. Going to be 3. So we do our scan. I'm going to go ahead and do not show again here. Now we have 3. We're going to level these guys up to 4. Which, let me turn down the speed hack here. Got to beat this guy. We'll turn it back down to 1. Or a little lower than 1. And I'll get my auto clicker on. See if we can beat him this way. Not really. It doesn't look like it's going to go well. So let's get some skills on this character. And they'll be able to beat him. And we would be able to without him. This guys will give us a lot more gold though. So we'll just go ahead through this and enable the speed hack. Go back to the scanner. We'll just wait for some gold to come through. Okay. There we go. We can go to 4. We'll do 4 for our next scan. Take them all up. 6. Ah, look at that. We're trimming it down here. Trimming the fat. This variable seems to change a lot, so I'm going to scan it while it's on the next one. So it's going to be some of these here. So we'll go ahead and change them to 7. You can see these ones change to 7. So those are the ones we're looking for. We don't need to do the next scan for 7. We can just go ahead and change all these to 950. Now the max level, you could change these to that high of a level if you really want to. I just usually go with 950 because it doesn't really go too crazy. Yeah, once you get to like way later levels, you're going to be able to get those characters up no problem. And you start getting their skills. This is just going to make it so we're just going to be going click crazy here for a little bit. We're going to do this a lot. This whole beginning part is we're just trying to get to our first rebirth, which is going to be the Valkyrie class. Alright, I'm going to turn down the speed hack. And we'll come back in here and let's level up all these guys at once. And so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys we can level up once. This is 100 mil. This is 137. We really don't have enough gold to fully go through it. So I'm just going to do these guys. We'll start them off at 3 again. That seems to be a good starting point. So our first scan for 3. Scan for 5. And for 6. See, these are going to be our guys up here at the top already. Go through getting all these skills. I'm gonna turn up the speed hack and speed the video ahead till we could do our next set of scans. Do a new scan. New scan at 8. And then we'll do a scan at 9. Scan 10. And now these 3 down here are not changing. That's why I leave it at the live updates. Go ahead and do 1 level up, 2 levels up. See, they both went to 11. This guy didn't. 50 here. There he is. And again, you don't have to go 950. You could do a whole bunch of 9s and their damage will be pretty high, but it really 950 is enough for what we're doing here. Then we just continue on. Pick the speed hack back up. And we're just on the fast lane to getting our first Transcendence. Alright, we'll get this next 2 people hired up. As you get further and further into the game, it's going to be harder and harder to do big patches of players until you get way further into like your 3rd Transcendence, and you'll have no problem doing it. The first scan is going to be for 2. Then we'll go to 4. We'll go to 6. More gold. Oh, too high. There we go. 11. There's the 2 11s there. So just go right in and change it to 950 to both. Alright, as you can see, we're now at the point where we can unlock the Valkyrie soon. So we still got a lot more damage to go until we can unlock the Valkyrie. But it should take no time at all. So I'm just going to speed up. And once we get to the rebirth skill, I'll let you know. Alright, we'll go back to normal speed. And we are at the Valkyrie now. So we can get the Valkyrie. And we're going to have to do scans on it. So scans, the first one's going to be 2. Put it 8. Oops. Did 9. 8. And then we just got to get the ones here. A lot of them went. Okay. Now we're gonna have to wait. Gotta get some gold here. I'm gonna turn the 16. They all went to 16s. Now we're in like a weird place where all these numbers are going up with us. We can like pick and choose some of them and just kind of go crazy with it, but then you lose. You gain the chance of causing an issue with the game. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna speed hack it again. Try to get a bunch of gold, keep leveling it, see if we can break it down to 1 variable, which it seems we have. We got it down to 1 variable. So we'll kick the speed hack back down further along in the game. This one's the only 17. Make it 950, and you'll see the last skill says Transcend for 19,200 Qs any. Whatever that is. Seems like a lot though. We'll go back to the speed hack and we'll just try to burn through this. Start using some of these skills too, see if they'll help us burn through some of these last levels. Alright, and now we got our first Transcendence. So I'll be able to explain even more about this afterwards. So we'll go ahead and do it. You'll see we get a bunch of battle manuals, 50,000% to all damage, and let's just go ahead. So we'll do yes. Now we're back at the beginning. with 50,000 books. Now we have mercenaries to where we can start quests with these guys. You can use the speed hack built into this program to make it go faster. I suggest if you're going to do that, you do start quest and you get a new mercenary right off the bat. Like this. We'll accept that quest. We'll kick the speed hack up. And we're going to overdrive it. And we're going to go to a very high number here, which can cause issues with the game. And you'll see we'll get a new mercenary in a matter of minutes rather than 8 hours. So you don't want to use overdrive often because the rest of the game can get messed up by it. So if you're only doing this and you have no passive attack damage going on, you'll be fine. But I have run into issues later on in the game where it's just craziness. You're going to be trying to attack at like 10,000 miles an hour with your passive characters. Damage gets frozen on the screen, and then your quests will get frozen. So in the very beginning like this, I suggest getting new mercenaries this way. And once you get your mercenaries, let's go ahead and kick it out of overdrive mode. Go to regular 1. So this is summon cards, and this is what you're going to be using all those battle manuals you got. And you'll have enough to where you'll be able to get every single card. You just accept all these different cards. Click damage is pretty good. And the crazy thing about it is like you can hold in Control or Z and you get higher amounts that go up. This will cost 501k. So you go from 20% click damage to 200% to 400 to 60,000%. And it looks like 62,000 is the highest we can go because I used almost all my books just on that. Zenny from monsters is pretty good, and DPS when idle, when there's no clicks for more than 60 seconds. That works out really good for later on. So we'll get that up to like level 20. And get the more money up to level 20. And actually the money's more important, so I'll just turn on my clicker and we'll just go crazy on it. We'll get all of that. That way for your second playthrough, which this game is going to have a ton of playthrough ability, you're going to do everything exactly the same. You're going to do new scans. You're just going to do single clicks all the way through these first sets of guys. And see how we're getting a little bit more money this time through than we did last time. And next rebirth, I think, is when you, or Transcend, is where you get the ability to go through a lot faster. So hopefully you guys learned a lot from this, and I'll be coming back with more videos like this in the future.